Hello everyone, today I'm here at H Mart, which is a Korean supermarket, and I'm gonna take you on a little bit of a shopping spree, so let's head inside now. This is some kimchi, and I'm really excited about this one, because there's no MSG, so that means it's a lot better for you. So we're gonna go ahead and toss that in the cart. We're also going to have to get some of these pork and kimchi dumplings to go along with that kimchi, and this is going to be delicious. We're also going to have to get some beef mandu, which are just Korean dumplings, and I'm super excited to try these because I love getting these at the Korean restaurant. We're also going to get these, which are some baked sweet red bean buns. Let's try these. These are some Taiwanese instant noodles, and they come with some chili sauce, so these are going to be delicious. We're also going to have to get some of this Korean traditional rice cake soup because I love Korean rice cakes. They have a whole entire seaweed aisle at the Korean supermarket because Koreans love their seaweed, and I thought this hot and spicy seaweed would be great in that rice cake soup that we just got. I'm also going to get some of this very hot red pepper paste because I'm going to love this in our dumpling soup. I found this pomegranate candy, so this might be a nice treat as well. I'm also going to have to try these. These are cold noodles with spicy sauce and broth. They look really spicy, but I think I'll just add a little bit less to the packet so it's not super spicy. We're also going to try this. This is a black sugar boba milk bar, so I'm excited to try this because I've had another one of the brands of the boba ice cream bars, and I absolutely love them. We're going to need to get some more ice cream as well. These are the same fish that we saw earlier, and they're just like little biscuits, and it's filled with green tea ice cream and red bean, and I'm super excited to try this. I've heard from a lot of people that this is really good. Never had it. It's a Chrysanthemum Tea drink, so we're going to have to try this. One last drink before we go. This is a mango and passion fruit nectar, and I love both of those fruits, so this is going to be amazing. I just got all these groceries, so now we're going to head home and try them all. I just got back home with all the groceries, and right here we have our Mandu Dumplings as well as our Kimchi Dumplings, and those are the first two things I'm going to try, and we're just going to go ahead and steam these in our steamer pot for around 10 minutes. Alright, now we're just going to load up our Kimchi Dumplings into our steamer pot, and I gotta say, these smell so good. I just was hit with this wonderful kimchi sort of scent, and there's also a ton of sesame in there, and that should be enough. Now we're going to add in our Mandu Dumplings, and remember, these are just beef and vegetable, but I love Mandu because they're so delicious and so juicy. And now we're just going to steam our dumplings for 10 minutes. I just took the dumplings out of the steamer pot, and they look so tender and so juicy, and I'm super excited to try both of them. Let's start by trying our beef mandu. It just looks super juicy and super delicious. Let's give it a taste. Wow, those beef mandu were even better than I expected. The wrapper is ultra thin, so it definitely does not overwhelm the filling, and the filling is just so juicy. It almost reminds me of a soup dumpling, because the second you bite into it, all this juice just pours out into your mouth. It's pretty messy, but it's so delicious, and there's also a little bit of garlic and some caramelized onions and soy in there, and it's a lot of pepper, like black pepper, and it's super peppery, and I just love it. There's also a little bit of carrot and vermicelli in the dumpling, and it's so delicious. I definitely recommend it. Now let's try a jumbo kimchi dumpling. This is what I was smelling the whole time. It just has a wonderful scent of kimchi, which is pickled cabbage, and I just love kimchi. It's so good. So let's try this jumbo dumpling. Wow, that kimchi dumpling is good. It's literally a burst of flavor the second you bite into it. The pork is oh so tender, and the kimchi is very tender as well, and it's all ground up together, and it's so smooth and so delicious, and it's also very spicy. I would probably rate it a hot. It's definitely not a medium or mild, but it is so delicious. I definitely recommend it if you like kimchi, or if you like spicy foods, because it is so good. Now I'm gonna try some of the kimchi that I got in that big jar at the store, and as you can see right here, it's just some pickled cabbage, and it's just rubbed with this super spicy garlicky rub, and it's very delicious, and I'm just super excited to try this. And in Korea, it's basically just used as a condiment very freely. It's pretty much just like salt. People eat it with all sorts of different foods, but I'm just gonna start by trying this kimchi plain, so let's give it a taste.
And that kimchi, it's very good. It's nice and crisp, and you have a wonderful fermented flavor from all the fermentation, because it has been fermenting for a while, and it is also not too spicy, and it's also very garlicky. I love it. Kimchi is also super healthy because of all that fermentation, and there's a whole bunch of probiotics in it, just like yogurt. Now let's try kimchi as it was intended to be used, as a condiment. Bite of kimchi and a bite of dumpling. Wow, that kimchi goes great with the beef dumpling. It just gives it a nice crunch and just elevates it to the next level. Definitely good as a condiment with dumplings. Very delicious. Now I'm just gonna prepare our Hakka chili noodles. Our noodles are right in this package, and it also comes with a chili sauce packet used for once our noodles are cooked. Now we're gonna boil our noodles for 3 minutes. I just took our noodles out of the pot and they're nice and springy still, and now we're just gonna add some of our chili sauce to it. And now we're just gonna mix it all up. Wow, I'm so excited to try these noodles. They smell so good. There's just a wonderful chili garlic, sort of spicy aroma rising from this. Just smells and looks so good. And the noodles are still very hot, so let's try this. Wow, those noodles are so good, but they're super spicy. I would say they're also a hot, just like the kimchi dumpling. And definitely, next time I'm not gonna add all that chili sauce because it's pretty spicy, but it is so good. Honestly, if you serve these at a restaurant, no one would question that they came from a package, because I was reading in a package and they said that they're not deep fried, so they're super fresh tasting and they're super bouncy and chewy. And then just with the sauce, it's amazing. Definitely recommend it if you enjoy spicy noodles. So good. Now I'm gonna make these spicy cold noodles, and this time I'm definitely not gonna add all the sauce. Now we're gonna go ahead and boil our noodles for 40 seconds. I just took our noodles out of the pot and I cooled them down with some cold water, and we're gonna start by just adding some of our oil packet. And this just smells like pure sesame oil. And now we're just gonna add some of our broth, and this is not gonna be spicy at all. And now we're just gonna add some of our spicy sauce, and we're gonna be careful to not add too much. Let's go ahead and try our cold noodles now. They smell nice and spicy, but not too spicy, and there's also a lot of sesame scent to it as well, so let's give this a taste. And by the way, I forgot to mention that they're made out of buckwheat noodles, so it's different than just regular wheat flour noodles. So basically buckwheat is just like a different grain, and that's what makes these noodles. So let's see how it tastes. And you know, those spicy cold noodles are amazing. You know what I really love? Is the texture of the noodles. They are a very different texture than regular noodles. They're almost sort of like a chewy jelly. It's very interesting. They're very gelatinous. And the flavor is outstanding. It's just a very mild, sweet, sort of spicy, almost sesame-like flavor. Almost a little bit of soy too, and it's just very good. What I love about it is that it's not too spicy. And I only added like half the packet, so these must be really spicy otherwise. Now we're gonna make our rice cake soup, and we're gonna start by just adding our stock powder to the package it came in. Now we're just gonna add our sliced up rice cakes to that as well. Ooh, and it looks like there's some sort of packet in here as well. Ooh, it says it's desiccant, so let's not eat that. Toss that to the side, and we're gonna add some boiling water to this. And we're gonna cover this for 3 minutes. Our soup is done cooking, so we're just gonna give it one last nice mix, and I'm very happy because our rice cakes feel nice and soft. Now I'm just gonna tear up some of the spicy seaweed and pop it in my soup. Now I'm gonna add some of this hot red pepper paste to my soup as well. I'm super excited to try this rice cake soup. The rice cakes are super soft, and there's all sorts of green onion and chili oil floating on the surface of the broth, so let's start by trying our broth. Wow, that broth is so nice. It's nice and rich, and what I love about it is the seaweed flavor, because it adds a nice sort of seaweed-like flavor, and there's also a whole bunch of spiciness in it as well. Not too much, but I feel like this broth definitely needs something spicy, because honestly, I think it might be a little bit bland without anything spicy, but still very, very good. Now let's try a bite of our rice cake. I can't wait. Wow, that rice cake is so decadent and chewy, and this is definitely what I've been craving. Ah, so good. Wow, this is a soup for everyone. Definitely recommend trying this. The Korean traditional rice cake soup, it is so good. It's definitely my favorite so far. I just finished what you might call trying all of our main dishes, but I almost forgot about our drinks. So right here we have our Chrysanthemum Tea. I'm gonna try that first, and as you can see it just comes with a straw. It almost reminds me of a juice box. Let's see how this Chrysanthemum Tea is. It's my first time trying Chrysanthemum Tea. And you know, that's actually really pleasant. It's nice and mild. It almost reminds me of like a little bit of cold water mixed with a little bit of honey. Definitely has a honey sort of caramely sort of taste to it. Wow, really recommend that. I can't really say it reminds me of tea, but if you like honey, you will love this. Now let's go ahead and try this mango and passion fruit nectar. I'm super excited because I love tropical drinks. Let's just go ahead and pop the top. And as you can see, this looks very thick. It looks almost like a fruit juice. And it smells a lot like mango, and it smells a little bit of passion fruit as well. Let's try this. It looks nice and sweet. You know, that's very good. For me, they're not super even. To me, it tastes like probably like 75% mango, and then just the rest being a passion fruit flavor. And also, it's really sweet. So, you know, I enjoy the flavor, but for me, it's kind of way too sweet. So, I don't really recommend this unless you like really sweet drinks, because for me, this is a bit too much. It's time for dessert, and I'm gonna try this Salmon Anko, and basically it's a Taiyaki fish, and it's filled with red beans and green tea ice cream. And look at this, it's a super cute fish. And it feels sort of like a soft ice cream cone, so let's give this a taste. I'm super excited because I love the combination of red bean and green tea ice cream. Wow, that is amazing. I just love the Taiyaki pastry. It's very soft and very chewy. It's not at all like an ice cream cone. It has almost sort of a similar flavor, but it's a lot more chewy, and it's really nice with the green tea ice cream as well. Oh, it's so good. And the red beans also add a nice smooth creaminess that reminds me of red bean mochi, and I love it. Now it's time for our second dessert, our red bean taiyaki fish, very similar to the first one, except it's only red beans inside, and this time we're gonna put it in the toaster oven to heat it up. While my taiyaki is heating up in the oven, let's go ahead and try one of these pomegranate candies. I'm super excited to see what sort of candy it is. Not sure if it's a hard candy or a soft candy or a chewy candy. Well, let's see. And it's a hard candy. Not a super big fan of hard candies, but it smells nice and fruity. Let's give it a taste. And you know, that pomegranate candy is very nice and fruity. It tastes very, very natural. It just tastes like it's made with a little bit of pomegranate juice and some sugar, so I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a nice fruity candy. Let's try our red bean taiyaki fish now. It looks very, very nice, and as you can see, it looks very similar to the last taiyaki ice cream that we tried, and I'm just super excited to try this because I love red bean. That taiyaki is pretty delicious. It's nice and crispy on the outside, and you have a nice mildly sweet red bean filling, and it's really good dessert if you're looking for something that's not too sweet. It's definitely the least sweet dessert out of all of them. Alright, one last dessert, the Boba Black Sugar Ice Cream Bar. Let's go ahead and try our black sugar boba bar. It looks very nice and swirled with a whole bunch of black sugar, so let's give it a taste. You know, that's a very nice boba ice cream bar. The ice cream itself is pretty soft now that it's been out of the freezer for a while, and it's also fairly creamy as well. However, I would have to say that the black sugar flavor is kind of mild. It almost reminds me of almost like a burnt sugar and almost like a coffee flavor combined together. And the boba is also very nice and chewy and soft. It's very delicious. Overall, today I just had a great food day. I just love shopping at H Mart, looking through all the different types of food, and then coming home and cooking all of it. It was just a really great food day, and all the food was so delicious. Anyways, that is gonna do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did to give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.